What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a few days since I uploaded, but you know, with this whole thing going on, it makes it kind of difficult to make some videos. I did break away. I'm going for a drive, and I figured, you know what, let's put the GoPro on, and I have a couple topics I want to talk about. And the big one, which is like the title of this video, is why I'm not going to boost my car, at least for now. I've got some pretty good reasons behind it, and I think you guys may agree, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm gonna throw the GoPro on my head, and then we're gonna go for a quick little drive so that way I can get to our warehouse spot where I can kind of have a sit down and talk to you guys. Absolutely beautiful day out, so let's go for a cruise. I pulled over off the freeway, so we're gonna hop back on the freeway. But yeah, I had to get outside and drive because with everything happening, you know, I had to get away. Just sitting inside the house, and you guys know, I don't have to explain it, you guys already know. And the other thing too is I don't want to say the name of it. Apparently they've been demonetizing for saying the name, so I'm trying to avoid it. We'll call it the situation. You guys know what the situation is, so I'll just kind of go by the situation. This little like drift spot, imagine if you could like connect that in off a side road, do a little window crack so you guys can hear it. Not too much traffic. Do a little pull. That wind is atrocious. Oh, it's so good to be back driving the daily and everything. I mean, just going out for a drive, this is a great opportunity for all of us that just enjoy driving to be able to just get outdoors, spend time with your car and cruise. This guy in a truck following too close, so he had to swerve. Got the Brimbos, baby. Not even a worry. Those downshifts could really nail anything, you know, you just give it a couple like crisp, clean downshifts. Oh, rolling through the gears feels good. Having the power feels good. Gas is super cheap, so you can just be out finding some back roads, nail some downshifts to not have to use our brakes. Nail the third. Oh yeah. Big bump there. I still have to learn the mantic clutch. Sometimes it'll chatter on me. I think it's just I don't know, I have to explain it in a weird way, but basically the twin disc, you have to let the first disc meet to the other disc or to the intermediate plate, and then that needs to transfer to the other plate or disc. I'm getting all confused. Basically what I'm saying is you got to spend double the amount of time letting out first because it's double the amount of discs that need to make contact and be smooth. We'll find one of our good little spots. You know, the ones where I always have our little sit-down talks, kind of explore around. Oh, these must be essential businesses because they look like there's people all up in here. So we have the car aired out and, you know, looks good and all, but it is so filthy. Like, look at all, I don't even know if you guys can tell. Look at how dirty it is. One thing though is I took off my number today. That was getting annoying because all my friends are making fun of it for me. But she looks good. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I'm very happy with its performance for what it is. I mean, obviously it's not like a track beast, but it's got a little bit of looks, a little bit of go, and I'm pretty happy with how it's all come along. And that kind of brings me along as to what today's video topic is, which is why I won't be boosting the car, at least not anytime soon in my mind. And that's because right now it's simple. And that's going to be the first thing. So let me go more in depth about that. It's simple. When you add boost, you add a lot more components, you add a lot more things that could go wrong, and plus you're putting more wear and tear on a stock motor. Now, I don't have a built motor, nor do I have the cash to spend on a built motor. For that reason, it makes the decision-making process pretty simple in my mind, because I also don't want to go ahead and keep replacing the motor, pop a stock motor, buy another one, replace it, you know, keep doing that whole cycle. I want to do it right if I'm going to do it, which honestly looks like it's going to be the Gen 2 short block is the cheapest, but also one of the most rewarding, I guess, or return on investment for the motors as far as the Mustangs go. I mean, adding boost with the Gen 2 basically puts you at like 800 or 900 wheel horsepower reliably, and it's very cheap in comparison to building a build motor. You know, forged internal sleeved motor, which could be upwards of like 11 or 10 grand. With my NA car, it's just the same as every other car. I just put gas in it, I do the oil changes and regular maintenance. Other than that, I just rip on it, and it's so much fun. As you guys can tell, like hitting like 7,500 RPMs with that Boss manifold, it's pretty addicting. And so for that reason, especially if you go with a root style, hitting 7,500 RPM with a root style, that's one, spinning that belt and you can have belt slip. And two, man, that's just so much extra torque and power and stress on the motor. You're honestly risking it. And I don't want to be risking it right now just because I don't have the cash to, you know, replace 2 other motors or to build a full motor like I honestly would. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be really awesome to have and say I have 700 horsepower, but we dynoed the car at 430 wheel horsepower, which puts us right around, I don't know, 500 crank. So to have a 500-ish, obviously it's a dyno, so it can go up or down, you know, 10-15%. But to have about 500 crank horsepower, 430 to the wheels with a V8, naturally aspirated, and I'm on 91 octane. If I go to E85, it's about $400 more in upgrades, $250 for injectors, plus another $150 or so for my revision on my tune. Probably free up a few extra horsepower, and plus the smell of 91 octane when you're in Mexico catless, that really would make a big difference. I heard whenever you have E85, it's like a sweet smell, so I'd rather have that than the gasoline smell that I get right now, because 91 sure does stink. Another reason, if you guys have been a part of the channel for at least a few months now, you guys know that I want to build an F-150, so a whole new platform. This car, aesthetically and stuff, has honestly come along very well. I'm not going to wide body it. I've already got the bags. Changing wheels and going to the drag strip and stuff is in the future. I mean, there's definitely more content to come on this car. But one of my big goals is to get an F-150 build going for you guys. Lift it, wheels and tires, interior stuff, sound system. Basically do a Doty spec for a F-150. Just to give you guys an idea of all the parts and how-tos available for those trucks, because they're literally the Mustang of trucks. There's so many parts, so many different things you can do to them. So it's a beautiful platform, and I think there's so much content to make for you guys, especially because I know a lot of you guys, it goes like hand in hand with Mustangs and truck guys. I mean, muscle cars and trucks, those things just go so well together. So of course, a lot of these things are gonna cross over and people are gonna enjoy the content, or at least I think so, I hope so. And when you put down, you know, $5,000, $10,000 cash to just build a motor on this car just to make it go faster, I don't think the reward is as much for the channel, because obviously I'm trying to grow this channel and get new audiences and stuff like that. By the way, you guys, I have noticed there have been a lot of comments and likes here recently, which helps so much to grow the channel and just spread the awareness and just sharing it with all your friends and stuff. I really appreciate that. I've just noticed a lot of growth here recently, and I have you guys to thank for that. So again, thank you. Thinking about it earlier with people having issues and keeping it simple, that guy Marin, who's Nico, I mean, dude, I talked to him. He had issues. That's why he sold and went to a Shelby, because the 5.8, well, also it's a Shelby, but he was having some issues with his 5.0. And so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole of just blowing cash on it right now, just because I don't think the return on investment's there. So that's really the big thing is, you know, the YouTube channel is fun to create content, but I also want it to make a return on the investment as far as growth goes. I want to have fun on the channel. That's a big reason why I started it, was just fun to make videos on my car. So I want to keep the roots of that. However, for me, I'm a looks guy, and I also like to go fast. And right now, which I'm going to get to here in a second, this car is plenty fast for me. So I am trying to go to the drag strip more and more. However, with the situation, you know, that's not happening because they're all closed. But here's the thing, I'm not consistent at all. I've only been 2 times in my entire life, and I have street tires that are, look at these things. I mean, these things are stretched. They're tucking under my fender. That is not a drag racing setup. But regardless, I took it to the drag strip because it was fun. And I honestly got bit by the bug. I wanted to be better. I wanted to go faster. However, I don't think throwing me in an 800 horsepower car is the smartest thing. I don't have enough seat time. I don't have enough experience. I don't want to be the guy that has the ego and then ends up in a wall. You know, I need to learn the car. I need seat time. I need to be very comfortable with everything about it, because I haven't even put the thing on drag radials yet, or drag slicks. Sorry, drag slicks, not radials. I'm a stick car. So I don't even know what that feels like. I don't know what launching on that feels like. You know, all of these things are so new to me, and I'm not gonna be the guy to say like, oh dude, more horsepower the better. I know everyone reaches for that 1,000 horsepower YouTube title, but really for me, 1,000 horsepower would not be usable, at least at my level and what I do with the car. To get that off my chest as far as that goes, I mean, I'd love boost, don't get me wrong, but going for the highest horsepower number and being the manly man that says, oh, I make 1,000 horsepower, or, you know, try to sound like the manly man that makes 1,000 horsepower, isn't really my goal for me right now. I'm way too inexperienced for that much horsepower, plus I have a lot to learn already on the platform as it is, especially getting a feel for it and really pushing the car, because I feel like I'm only driving this car most of the time at like 6/10. So I'm only at 60% of what the car's actually capable of. I just need my driver skill to be elevated for me to like really get the most out of it. But don't get me wrong, the content is not stopping on the Mustang. I know you guys already love this car, how it sits, which I do too. I love the car so much. I love driving it. It brings me so much joy to just talk about it with other people. I love how cars connect us, especially Mustangs. I mean, Mustangs are all around us, so you find new friends everywhere you go. I know during this whole situation, we're all trying to come up with some creative and fun content. Plus, I have a lot more cars I have to judge because there was over 500 comments on that post. There's so many cars I have to go through, so I'm definitely gonna make a part 2. You guys seem to enjoy that one too. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. I just wanted to get that off my chest, talk to you guys, you know, face to face, and, you know, give you guys some content while we're all dealing with this situation. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.